Hello everyone, welcome to today's after class tutorial. My name is Gabriel and I'm going to be your trainer for this class. Let's get started. Let's have a look at how to do our basic sorting and filtering. Remember, my data is well clean, just like I said in this class. I have everything well arranged. The name column, the country, the year of birth, and the salary, the text figures, which is also called a string, the country, and we can sort this data by each of the headings we have there. All you need to do is go to your home ribbon and you can have a look at the stream column where close to where you have your almighty auto sum. But for today, we are going to look at something different. Go to data ribbon, data tab, and there you can see your sort and filter. In that category, you will learn the difference between sort and filter. Remember, when you say sorting, you are rearranging your data, either descending or ascending, but most importantly, you are showing all the data. All the data will still display, but rearranged in a particular format. However, when it comes to filtering, you only show a part of the data that meets certain criteria. So you only show some, not all. Show some. So that is a clear difference, simple difference between sorting and filtering. Beyond that, there is always a filter icon when you filter. Let's get started. Remember, this is only a basic class. Are we good? Nice one. We want to sort this as simple data by the name column. Rearrange it into A, B, C, D. Just click anywhere within the data in the column where you have the name. And just go to your home tab, your data tab, and click on sort. And bingo, you are good to go. Am I good? Just like you can see. Now Jacob is down there, and we want to resort again from Z to Z. So I click within that column. I go to data and click on Z to A, sort, and voila. Y comes first, M follows, and A is at down the data. Simple and straightforward. Pause the video, and retry again. Welcome back. Let's see if we can group by the countries that we have. So click anywhere within the country column, and you just go to your sort area, A to Z or Z to A, just by clicking, and the magic happens. No work, no extra work. It doesn't only work with strings. You can also do that with numbers and even years. So click anywhere within the year of column, the year of birth, and you just do same. And for the salary figures, you click anywhere and you can range from the largest to the smallest or the smallest to the largest just by sorting. Remember, there is a more advanced way of doing sorting, but for the purpose of our class, this remains basic. Pause the video for a while and try your hands on the basic ones. This is the more advanced way, but that is not for our class today. Pause the video, try. Are we good? Nice one. Just remember, you can also see sort at your home tab at the extreme left near the almighty. Let's move to our second part that has to do with the fill or the autofill. Assuming you have your data where you have to type things like the days of the week, you do not need to type them one by one. All you need to do is just type one of the days that you want to do. Go down to your down right corner, click and hold on that small box and drag, and voila, you have them there. Fantastic. As easy as that. It doesn't even work with just writing the full name. You can even use the short forms of the days of the week. Like I have MON. I'm just going to drag again, and voila, it happens. That is how Excel makes your work more efficient and less having mistakes. It also works the same with the months of the year. Like I have January typed, and I'm dragging, and bingo. It gives me all the months of the year without me typing just a single one. Remember, it is all about being that efficient. less error. So I write the date in a short form and I still drag again and the same thing happened. Excel is that intelligent. It doesn't only work with months and days of the week. We can also do same with numbers. However, when it comes to numbers, I need you to pay a closer attention. For numbers, it is better you write maybe two of the numbers like one and two and you drag it so that Excel can easily pick the intervals within the numbers and give you series of what you are looking for. Let's give it a try. Or you can just type one if your Excel is most one of the current ones. You just type one of the numbers. You drag it downwards. A small, I call it a lunch box, appear down right. You click on it and you just choose fill series. It will just change all the numbers into what you're looking for. No, let me do that again. Just type only a single number, one. You drag, that small lunch box comes down there. You click on it and a dialog box comes up. And click on fill series and you're good to go. Beyond this, if you are using a very old version of Excel, you might not have this. That's okay. But there's a way around it. You just type 1 and 2 and you drag. You just type 1 and 2 and Excel will the interval between the two and give you the series you are looking for. So 1 and 2 and you just drag and you are good to go. So even older versions can also try this way and we are on the same page. I hope you're fine. Beyond numbers, it also works, the autofill also works with formulas. All you have to do is type in the correct formula in just one single cell. And a simple drag will get the job done. Remember, these are still the basic way of doing it, just like I've done here. I'm dragging the formula and all of this will have it sorted out. I just did for 100 minus 12, I got 88, and I just drag and everything happened like that. I hope that is fine with you. For people using Mac, if you have a little challenge, please click on your Excel icon and go to Preference and look for Calculations and make sure whatever thing is checked there, formulas, whatever thing is checked there is automatic and not manual, and you'll be sorted. But if you have further challenge, you can just call my number or send me WhatsApp and I'll help you out. I hope you're fine. Nice one there. Let's move to some basic cell styles. Sometimes a range or a cell needs to have a particular color, and there are some easy ways around it. In your home tab, there are basically two areas you can look at. Where you have your cell style, you just click on the cell style, and there are various options, default options that Excel gives you to make your work looks cleaner, more professional. Remember, when it comes to coloring or any form of visualization, it has everything to do with the people you are doing the presentation for, not you. So the color you choose must be something that decision makers can easily relate. I hope you're fine. Nice one. I will explain that more in our advanced Excel class when you're talking about data storytelling and visualization. Nice one. So you can still be playing with your cell styles or within your home tab under styles and be choosing whatever color that is more suitable to make your work more presentable and clean. Your work should be presentable and clean at every point in time. Good. Beyond using the cell styles, you can also be using in the font area. There is a small fill button there which gives you some theme colors, which can also be playing with to make sure your report, your final insight, has the right color. Are we good? Nice one. These are just basic ways of doing it. Let's introduce ourselves to the Excel chart. This is the beginning of visualization, a very basic approach. I have my data here. That gives me the product and their totals. The total sales, you're good. So, and we just want to present this in a visual form. For the purpose of the class, we only do about 3 of the visuals. So if the data is more than 5, like the data points, you see I have more products here. You go to your home tab, you move all the way to, you go to your insert tab because I'm going to insert a chart, and you choose the chart type you want. Remember, the type of chart is very important. So for here, because our products are many, we'll be choosing the bar chart. The bar chart, you click on it and it draws. Looking at the data, represents the data in bar form. But however, you can resize the particular chart you have. You can move it around. You can also change the headings. You can take away some of the axes, just like I'm doing now, just to make sure work is always inclined. It's in line with the style of the organization without taking out the most important part. You don't have to show every chart element. You only show the ones that are more relevant at any point in time. A quick tip here, where you see the grid lines, if you are showing your data labels, just like I clicked right now, data labels where the figures are showing, do not also show the axis which is showing the figures and the grid lines. So when you are showing like this, then it means you have to take out the grid lines and the axis with the numbers. And a quick way to take out your axis here is just by clicking on it. You right click and you hit on delete, or use your keyboard, hit on delete. You click on the grid lines just by clicking it once or select all. Then you can use your keyboard to just hit delete or just right click and you are good to go. You can pause at this moment and give it a try. Fantastic. Welcome back. So when you take the grid lines off and some of these axes off, whilst you have your data label, your chart will look better. Let's see what we can do when the data points are quite just a few, just like what I have here, within 4 or 5. In that moment, then it is better to use a pie chart. Just go to your Insert tab. Good. Look for chart, and pie chart is just as obvious. Always choose a 2D, and I will explain better in our advanced class. But for our basic class, pie charts like this, it shows you the portion of a whole, like a certain aspect, certain portion of a very large portion. So I want to know the percentage of the class, that percentage of the managers who is performing better than all of them, the performance of each one of them. When they are less than 5, it is better you use a pie chart. In the same way, you can click on the chart element and you can just be using your data labels to make it more clean, to make it better. The people taking decisions should never struggle to understand. I took out the legend because I have used my data labels were all showing with the fine details. So always make sure your chart is simple and straightforward. Don't make it complicated. Are we good? Nice one. Let's take our last class now about printing. A quick one. How do we calculate the total for this? Let's guess. The almighty AutoSum. Select the whole data, including where you want the final your returns to be, and you just sit on AutoSum and you are good to go. That is just a bonus one to remind us of our first class, how we did our summations. Good. Now let's look sharp. We would want to print the reports that you see here. Our managers just want to see an aspect of the reports, not all. So in order to save time, always pause for a while and check before you print anything out. You can print an aspect of a report and not the whole report. But how do you go about it? Let's get started. We want to select. Now we want to print for only Ghana, countries Ghana report, and Nigeria. So it means we do not need anything from France. So see how I'm going to do it now. You select the whole area where you have the region where you have Ghana. You go to your page layout. Remember what I told you about page layout? It's how it will look like when it is printed out. And you click on print area. So because you selected that area, you click on set print area. Excel will keep that portion in mind. Then let's move to the next place. I select Nigeria, the region where we have Nigeria out of the report. I go back to my page layout, then I click on print area. Now this time around, another one has been added called the add. Then I add to my print area. And let's see what happens when we go to the backstage view on how to print, how to click on print. We click it and bingo, See, there is a page 1 and page 2. Fantastic. It prints only aspects of the one that are relevant. So we are able to save paper. Are we good? And ink. Good. So what if we want to print this whole sheet showing our daily operations and also the entire our daily operational sales and also the entire report for various countries. First, you select the entire report. Then one, you have to go and check your margins, whether it is enough to accommodate what you're looking for. So we have selected our narrow margins already. But when we go to print and look at our print review, realize that no, it's not enough. It's giving us 2 pages and we don't want it that way. It has to show on 1 page. But that is not a problem at all. Go back. After margins checked, let's see our orientation. Orientation gives us various options. Either we are going to do it in portrait or we are going to do it in landscape. Because of how the data looks like, landscape is the most preferred option. So at this point, we can also check and see if it is okay. We look at our paper type. When you are going to print on A4 or A3 or A5, you can just come here and you just select just like I am doing now. And obviously the print area have already been set. Good. Remember, we've choose orientation. We just go print area set. We just move back to our backstage view, click on print, and voila, we are lucky that we're able to set our margins and we search the landscape and we are good to go. Thank you very much for today's class. You can also do your page break view where you can also check whether everything is fitting on page 1. In case where it is not fitting on page 1, then you have to do the minor adjustments for at that very point. I hope you are okay with the class for today. Thank you. See you in our next class.